Welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name is, of course, Csaw or Chris, and today we're talking about Guild Wars 2 in 2021. And today we've got a pretty exciting video because it is the start of the first beta event for Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. End of Dragons, of course, being the third expansion for Guild Wars 2 that does come out later in February 2022. So this is actually a beta event that's kind of pretty far out, and I like that a lot because not only is it exciting for players, but it does give the developers a lot of time to make tweaks between now and then. So I would say this at the start, everything you see in this video is definitely subject to change. There's probably going to be some iteration between now and the launch of the expansion, so keep that in the back of your head while you're watching this. But yeah, we get to check out 3 of the new elite specs. I believe there is the Guardian, the Necromancer, and the Mesmer. This is very much a first impressions, first look kind of video. I've not spent a lot of time. You'll see my initial reaction to the classes and kind of I'll take it through some type of content. I think we get to play all types of content with them, which is really exciting. So we'll go try some different things out and see how they feel. I have watched like very briefly parts of the developer live stream, so I do kind of know what weapon they get and the theme of each of the different elite specs, but I haven't watched the full length, so I don't know all the in and outs of the different traits and stuff like that. So there'll be a fair bit of discovery that we do together. It will be a live recording video, so you'll kind of get my initial reactions, kind of see me learn and make mistakes along the way, which I think is a really fun way to do this because we get that initial impact together. But yeah, it should be great. Just before we dive in, though, I should mention I am a Guild Wars 2 or ArenaNet partner. Does this mean I won't say anything bad about the game? No, I'll say the good. I'll say the bad. I'll say the medium. I'll say everything there is to say. It does mean, however, that there are 2 links in the description below. They are sponsored by Guild Wars 2, and using them does help out the channel. One of them allows you to purchase any of the expansions, as well as the newest expansion coming out, and the other one is actually useful to make a free account, and it does help out the channel as well. And this is particularly interesting because free-to-play accounts can access the beta, so if you're someone who's been on the sideline, kind of thinking about diving into Guild Wars 2 or maybe waiting until the new expansion, you can actually jump in and check some things out for yourself, which I think is a really cool thing that they're doing, and something that I would, take part in if you're interested in the expansion content. All that said, though, let's jump into the video. Alrighty, so here we are, and this already, I love this. Like, it's so easy to get into this beta, which is so nice. A lot of games you have to download a PTR client, or you have to just navigate some hoops. I logged into the game as if I would any other day, and some beta character slots right here. Just super easy. But yeah, let's get into it. We'll click on this, see what happens. We can choose any of the races, which is nice. Alright, so I think they've already given us the... Yeah, so we already have... Oh, was I supposed to get stuff from my bank? Oh no, they give us some stuff, eh? Let's see what we got here. We got a bag of regal goods. Okay. Yeah, and some armor. Yeah, we'll just work with this. Look at that. Not an issue. Yeah, we'll just... Something in here will work for us. And do we have stuff on our character already? We do. We have power, precision, vitality, and ferocity, eh? Now, I'm not sure. I didn't watch long enough to see if the Guardian spec itself was going to be the Willbender. There you go. It was going to be a power or condition damage. I'm thinking I'm going to try to do power, though, just from what I've seen, because it's got very much a, martial arts, kind of assassin-y vibe, which I think is really cool. So if anything, we might honestly work with... We may as well see... They've probably set us up to make it feel pretty good for people like me who might not dive as deep as some other people. So let's just test out some of the actual skills real quick. And where are some monsters? Probably chose like the one place in the entire world where I wouldn't find a monster. Are these? Yeah, okay, they're monsters. I mean, they're people, but... what do we want to check out? Let's try... I'm really interested in the these virtues at the top here. Let's try our first one here. Okay, so that's like a charge, which I think is really cool. And it gives you... What does it do? concussive attack causes burn. That's pretty cool. Rush towards your target and gain justice, delivering a strike and emanating Willbender flames. Oh god, they're coming at me. All right, we're just going to use our basic attacks here, like the normal attacks. We're going to go and see what we get. There we go. This is what yeah. I'm just like, what are the guardian attacks? Like, I don't do much guarding. Okay, let's try and actually hit this person. So you have to be probably like... Oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice. I love that effect. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Oh, and it's off cooldown. So if I hit someone, does it refresh right away? No. Wow, that does. Like, I mean, we're obviously in a low level area. Keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, did some damage. Now, are these also both like? What's the virtue number 2? Remove conditions and gain flowing resolve. Rush forward and evade attacks while leaving Willbender flames in your wake. So definitely some... Oh, I like this. So it's a targeted ability. Oh yeah, and you kind of got a fire trail like that. Look at that. Man, there is some like serious movement on this kit. The last one here... Virtue Shadow Step a short distance while gaining boons and eliminating Willbender flames. Lots of flames too, eh? It's interesting because there's a lot of flames. I mean, Guardians are kind of like a flame thing, and yeah, I get it. And what else do you use? You got Aegis. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff. All right, let's try it out. Target. Am I a Guardian or am I a Thief? Yes, that is the the sentiment I'm getting here. This is crazy. All right, so those are all like tons of mobility. Let's try strike your foe, rending with rending force. So this causes vulnerability, and then you follow up this attack with a dual strike. So this looks like less of a mobility and more of an actual. Like, I kind of want to like just. Okay, so it's just an attack you'd use like that. So you have to be close for this one. You can't. Not every skill on the Willbender apparently is going to charge me at my opponent. All right, let's just sneak up here. Okay, we did not sneak up very well. We'll use this out. Oh yeah, I love that like kind of double blade slice at the end there. That was super nice. All right, this one here. Quickly dash forward to your foe and then shadow step to deliver a debilitating. Goodness, attack that first slows and then immobilizes. Wow, we are like speedy. Oh, I love the like twirl into that. This is gonna be super fun. I love it. I'm excited. So I did watch some of the videos, and I think a lot, like certainly this class and the Necromancer both have a bunch of mobility, and I'm concerned that there's going to be a ton of mobility, but I also wonder if that's why they were put so close together, because they have that in common. But yeah, let's take a look at our other skills here. Physical, guard yourself with light, negating the next incoming strike and healing you instead, even if the strike would have been lethal. If an effect causes damage that would be lethal, the damage will be negated and you will be healed instead. If no attack or lethal damage are negated, you will be healed for the lowest amount. So very much a situational attack that you want to use at the right time. Let's see. I mean, I'm not low health, but let's see if I can get... Okay, hit me. Hit me, friend. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, hyena. Do everything you want. All right, do everything you want. This is all right, and then we'll use it now. And there we go. So it did heals the once. We'll try it again here right now. And there we go, another heal. So you get 2 charges of that. Very situational. Probably like a lot of times it will work really well. Specifically, I think it's the idea that you're blocking the damage that's going to become very important. In, you know, in PvP, if you know something huge is coming, or even PvE, I think that'll be very handy. All right, flash combo, physical, shadow step to your target and strike them multiple times. If all attacks hit, gain repose. All right, you ready to? All right, let's give it a go. I think I'm trying to remember where my keybind is. There we go. Wow. That was interesting. Oh, and so you gain... I wonder... Okay. Let me try and be a little bit cheekier here. Let's go between these two. It's actually... It recharges pretty quick already, but let's go like this. And then let's go over here. Oh, so it brings you... Oh, cool. I didn't even notice that that was on the ground. So it brings you back to where you were. Is that what repose means? I'm such a novice Guild Wars 2 player sometimes. But that's kind of the fun of Guild Wars 2, is jumping in and like seeing everything again. So let's try it again. All right. So if we go over here, yeah, so over there you can see our mark on the ground. Bam, right? Like, how are we like a better thief than a thief? All right. What do we got here? Physical. It breaks stun and dodge backwards, blinding foes and gaining swiftness. Then gain access to a quick retribution. Oh, wow. This looks... Okay, let's see here. So if we just lightly tap you... All right. Calm ourselves. And we were to go... Wow. It is like movement everywhere. Lunge forward and perform a whirlwind kick, leaving and burning the enemy. Like, how is there this much movement? Oh, I really like the look of that one. Just a swirling. Like, you're very much kind of monkish. It definitely feels like here. Slam the ground, knocking down your targeted foe. Foes that aren't targeted are knocked back instead. All right, so I don't know if we can grab... like a couple Moas. Oh, and a char. Yeah, okay. Come over here, friend. Yeah. Come on in to this little area here. There's definitely nothing bad that's gonna happen to you, unless something bad happens to me. All right, let's give it a go. Here we go. Bam. Yeah, that's pretty devastating. And then we can just like go in here, bam, and then look at this. Wow. I don't know. This is pretty fun. All right. There should be one more. Yes, and perform a quick heal strike that stuns your... Goodness, a quick stun, eh? Can't be a long stun. Yeah, 2 seconds though. It's not bad. I know it says like just... Oh, just a setup. Like, I think 1v1s are gonna be incredibly fun with this, or like 1v2s. Like, I don't know how well it'll do if you're like on a base doing like, 5v5 or something huge like that, but certainly just the low scale stuff is going to be a tremendous amount of fun. This is so cool. I love it. You can just switch, but yeah, we've got Great Sword on the other side. Fair enough. Which, yeah, in itself has like a leap as well. Like, you could just... They're trying to show me that you can be quite mobile in a pull, right? Because you can like... Wow. There is some fun to be had with this. All right. I don't want to spend too long on each one, so we'll pause Guardian here. I know this is like just touching the surface. Oh, well, we should look through the traits. Okay. Okay, let's look. Movement based, giving them swiftness in combat, gain access to... Okay, that's... Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. Your toughness is reduced, but you gain the same amount in power. So yeah, you could be very squishy with this, eh? That's fair. Outgoing healing potency is reduced, but the healing power is increased. That's interesting. You gain concentration, but any boons you apply to allies have reduced duration. Interesting. So there's a lot of choices there that like are very, you give up something to get something. Gain increased movement speed, gain swiftness when you activate a virtue. Willbender flames inflict increased damage and heal you when they hit. So that's interesting. You could do more condition-y stuff there. Activating courage grants protection and resolution. Shadow stepping grants resistance. So there's a lot of shadow step on this. Like, I think there's 3 shadow steps that you have access to. Like, you could do a lot there. While a virtue is active, activating another virtue reduces the initial virtue's cooldown time by its remaining duration. Interesting. There's a lot of, combo play that could really happen there for sure. Each time you activate a virtue on your virtue's passive, or Okay. Each time you activate a virtue, or your virtue's passive are triggered, gain a damage bonus. Gaining stacks of this boon refreshes other stacks. And it can stack up to 5. So you get 25% extra. So you could definitely do a combo into a huge hit there for sure. Lethal tempo grants increased damage but has reduced duration. Justice's duration is modified as well. All right, that's interesting. Killing a foe extends the duration of courage, but to the maximum, or up to the maximum duration. You cannot be downed while courage is activated. Wow. Courage no longer grants Aegis, and its initial duration is reduced. There's a lot of things in here that allow you to really shift how things play, and I like that a lot. Gain Larcity and Regeneration when resolves effect trigger, but you no longer heal. Resolve has a modified duration. So yeah, I'm definitely getting from this that there's a lot of situations where you can make this really powerful. But if you're someone who hasn't thought it all the way through, or there's certain situations that happen as well where you'll feel very weak, depending on your choices, right? So I think there's a lot of skill cap that could come here just based on the trade-off mechanics. But that's me, who's not at all a theory crafter. But yeah, I don't know. All I know for sure is that I can move around really quick, and I love that. That's all I know for sure. I also love this animation. I think it's really cool, this like flame. All right, so we've already got a build here. Let me just see what we're kind of running. We've got a mix of power and condition damage, which I think makes a lot of sense because they were saying that there is room for both plays here. I think after a while people will discover if there's one that's stronger for, PvE situations, or, if it is wise to do both or not. But we'll look into that more later on. We're going to, once again, very similarly to the Guardian, just kind of play with what we have here, and then we'll take a look at some of the other stuff in a second. So let's feel it out. We have the pistol. That's the new thing here. Let me see if we can whip it out. There it is. Just a pistol. Just a pistol. And our first one here. Fire a tormenting bullet that bounces between nearby foes. So that's kind of nice. We already have a bit of... Let's see if we can get some nearby foes. Why am I on the hop on every single character? I don't know what the range and bouncing between foes is. There's some... Oh, is that another... Oh, here we go. So there's two... Oh, God. Roll away. Okay, that's too far away. But maybe if we move over here... All right. Yeah, so that's bouncing between them. Oh, and it bounces back even. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, I love the projectile animation on that. What was it? It gives torment, so you can really do some kiting with that. Look at that. How do you like that? Alright, so that's part of it. Pierce enemies with a series of corrosive bullets, inflicting torment and vulnerability. Gain life force for the first target hit by... Oh, okay, so you can get some life force off of it too. A lot of torment already, which is pretty... Why is there so many people here? Apparently everyone else wanted to come to the snowy area. That or there's just a bunch of new players here. Kind of looks like the case, honestly. I mean, nice to see for sure, but leave me alone. Hello, polar bear. Yeah, there's some more polar bears. Let's pay the polar bears a friendly visit, why don't we? All right, let's get them all stacked together. And now, I'm not mean for doing this to polar bears. I want to make that very clear. Ooh. It was good fun. And then we can now bounce in between and just keep moving, and we got that torment coming out as well. One more burst of this. So it feels like a little bit slower gun use than a lot of other classes. But it does feel similar to the engineers, kind of like multiple fire. Vile Blast. Fire a dart that shatters on impact, releasing noxious liquid that stuns, weakens, and poisons foe in the area. Gain life force for each target, so if you get a lot of... So poison and weakness, eh? And the stun, that's pretty big. So like if we did this... Wow. So it's a really quick, like, boop, but if you were like interrupting someone on their way to you or towards like, you know, an ally or something like that, it'd be quite useful just to give that extra second to think about it. So I think that's really cool. We do have elixirs, but I want to first talk about the life force and the actual form that we go into. And I believe as soon as we go into the Harbinger, we actually start losing life force, I believe. Or is it what let's just try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so we do start losing it, and we start stacking Blight is the main mechanic of the Necromancer. Let me actually just double check here. The Harbinger, yeah, that makes sense. So that's the main mechanic here, and what it does is it's kind of the reverse of the shielding mechanic, where we're kind of like have a lower amount of health. And then when we come out here, that's perfect. Actually, we'll see that it slowly goes down in stacks, and we'll get that back. And I think it either goes to 50 or 25 stacks. It might be just 25, but we'll see. We'll see what we can push it to. But once again, this is very much a trade-off kind of situation where you're trading off to do, because we'll see a lot of our skills actually do more damage based on how many stacks we have, or do different effects based on that. So there's a lot of play where you could really be powerful for a second and then super weak the next, which I think is like the risk reward is definitely what they're playing into, at least with these two, and I think it's a lot of fun. But let's go ahead and we'll switch here and we'll just test out fire a quick bolt of dark energy that explodes, inflicting torment. So let's go ahead and do this. Look at that. It's pretty quick fire rate, honestly. You can stack up a lot of torment pretty quickly. That's pretty cool. Pierce your enemies with a series of corrosive... Oh, I'm reading the pistol skill. Funny, funny, funny. But actually, let's use it to get a bit more life force real quick here. All right, so fire 6 bullets of tormenting energy that fan out from you, piercing all enemies nearby. So this could be quite good. Actually, this will be perfect. Let's go ahead. Yeah, so it's kind of a shotgun blast of bullets. Like, it really stacks up quickly there. And let's get some more bullets here. Oh, out of range. Oh, no. Nice. Ooh, a veteran polar bear. Interesting. All right, let's see what else we can do here. Channel twisted energy to launch yourself at your foe, tormenting all nearby allies. So let's see what this does here. Kind of like a sidekick kind of situation. And let's use some of these. May as well stack up as much. Look at all that torment. Jeez. Yeah, you can get a lot of torment out there pretty quick. Some broken claws. I don't think I'm going to be upset about losing that at the end of the beta. Is this another? Oh, no, it's just a polar bear. Okay. It's like, are you already respawned? How did you do this? Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead here and see what number 4 is. Leap to your destination, evading through the air, days. So this, I think, is very much similar to the Daredevil kind of vault. Yeah, super cool. And we'll just go here. I love that fan as well. Hey, Moose. There will be no witnesses. It feels so weird to be using a rifle or a pistol on a Necromancer, but it does, like, they've made it feel good. It feels like there's a mix of like engineer and thief in here. I feel like thief has just been kind of awarded to a lot of different specs, which I don't know how thieves are gonna feel about that, but it's interesting. Let's see what the last one is here. So the last one, twist souls around a nearby, suspending them in air, siphon life force. Okay, I think that sounds really cool. Let's do our teleport over, and then we'll... Wow, that looks super cool. I love that a lot, actually. Bam. So you can definitely come in and just rain the pain for a little bit, which I think is always it's always something people like to do. Let's do that. Look at that. I love the AoE stun on that. I think that's a very useful skill. And honestly, I'm not minding that. I'm usually someone who really enjoys just either going full tilt condition or full tilt power, but this weapon does feel really nice having a bit of both. All right, so the next thing is the elixirs. I think elixirs are cool that they're using. I think these look like engineer elixirs still, and not like necromancery. Like, I kind of think of like weird death potions and stuff, which I'm not getting from this, but so gain health, vigor, and life force, inflict blight on yourself. So this is what I'm kind of talking about. You get more stacks of blight, and you can see here you get like, what is it, 5 stacks of blight, but you actually get some pretty nice health and stuff like that. So it's kind of a good mix that way. Let me see if we can just lose a bit of health here. Let's see if we can find some friendly neighborhood monsters to hurt us.
Did that hurt?
Wow, aggressive. They're actually not doing much damage because I am passively regaining health as well. Let's see if we can like get this moose involved. Nope. Come on, moose. Might have to go somewhere more difficult. Oh, actually, there might be enough monsters here. But I might have to go somewhere more difficult to really make use of some of this stuff here. Let's see if we can get a lot of people on us. Come on, friends. Everyone take your best shot. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we're going to use the potion here, and it'll heal us, and it'll gain us vigor, and it gives us less of that. So we'll actually switch here. Now we're going to get really squishy, but we're going to do hopefully a lot of damage at the same time, and we'll see how that goes for us. We'll come back out. I'm going to start gaining health. I might have bitten off. I might have gotten too cocky here, but we'll see. Yeah, I did get too cocky. Let this be a lesson. Never, never get too cocky, no matter how good you feel. Let's use the heal again here. So the vigor will be nice. So like dodge around. All right. Gain might, fury, inflict blight on yourself. So 10 stacks and then 10 seconds. Like, so this is a pretty good burst potential just by switching to this. You can go through it, and we could do, you know, just like our shotgun blast here, which will do, you know, some nice damage real quick. And we'll come out of here. But you can see, like, you just stack so much blight so quickly. Gain resistance and break stun. So break stun's huge on a 25 seconds. That's pretty good. But you would get blight, and I don't know if you want to get blight right as you come out of stun, but it's something to keep in mind. Gain resolution, convert your conditions into life force, inflict blight on yourself. So that's kind of nice that you do get to convert conditions, and you get resolution as well. And then elixir of ambition, gain all boons, inflict significant blight on yourself. So this one gives 10 stacks, but look at all the boons you're getting here. Like, you're gonna just be super buffed. Like, let me just look at all these boons. Like, that's crazy. So you can go like god mode for a second, and I think that's gonna be really fun. Like, it's gonna be a huge risk reward kind of thing. Which obviously they're going for, so that's a really cool, and it's actually like 60 seconds is not crazy to wait for that. There should be one more potion here. Gain swiftness and quickness, inflict blight on yourself. So this one's like, I mean, quickness is going to be really huge. This would be great for finishing off people in PvP probably if you want to do it really quick or something like that, or just like, you know, very specific moments. I think of this as being something where you could stack a whole bunch of benefits on yourself, just destroy someone, and then try and hide so you don't die afterwards. I definitely see that being kind of the playstyle here. But let's just drink it. I haven't like noticed anything like incredible in terms of the actual looks of taking the potions, but I don't know. That being said, the look of like these Harbinger skills look really cool. So I think there's definitely a mix of like some stuff that looks really fun and some stuff that's not. And elixirs technically, like, they never really look like the engineer ones aren't like anything amazing. So I kind of get that. I get that. But yeah, super cool. I don't know how I feel. Oh, come on. I think at the moment I'm more interested in the Guardian, but that's probably because I don't love a lot of the other Guardian specs. Like, they don't play how I feel Guardians should play. Not that this one, like, I always think of Guardians as more tanky, but I think it's very cool with the double sword and the more assassin-y look. Like, they honestly play what a thief, I feel like, should play like. So I think it's a lot of fun. But let's take a look at the traits here before we move on to the next one. Obviously, this gives us access to a lot of Harbinger stuff. But let's look at Septic Corruption. Deal increased condition damage for each stack of blight you have. Shroud skill 2 also inflicts poison. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, although the blight is a negative when you have it on you. Actually, I wanted to see how much blight we could stack. So let's see here. Let's do it. Let's see 25. Yeah, so I think 25 seems to be as high as you can go, which makes sense. You don't want it to be too crazy. And we'll just blast this person up. There we go. But yeah, so you can definitely play with like more risk reward on top of everything. Elixir skills gain reduced recharge and inflict vulnerability and slow nearby. So the slow is kind of nice because you could definitely, like, a lot of these have lower, not like huge cooldowns. So you can definitely get a lot of slow out there, which is nice. And then the recharge rate is going to be pretty nice, specifically with the only, like, it's a minute right now. So like with that, what is it? 48 seconds and you get all those boons. It's pretty nice as well. Deal increased strike damage for each stack of blight on you. So you kind of have the choice here then to make it either be blights giving you more strike damage, or if you're going to be more, increased condition damage. So that's kind of a nice distinction there. Gain increased vitality. This trait is unique per game. Oh yeah. So get some more vitality, which will probably feel very necessary by the end of the amount of blight you're going to have. Pistol skills gain recharge. Yeah, so we see this a lot. Gain expertise based on vitality. That's interesting. You can make some interesting builds with stats there. Elixir skills also grant their boons to nearby allies. This is huge. Gain concentration based on your or consecration rather. This is really interesting because this allows for a lot of boons really to be transferable. Like, we have a lot of quickness that we can now give to allies. Elixir's skills also grant their boons. Yeah, like, that's very interesting. There'd be some builds you could do, like a lot of support feeling there, which I like. Gain stability when entering Harbinger's Shroud. Gain ferocity based on your vitality. So I think that's really cool. You could definitely be more of a menacing Shroud character, which is always fun on a Necromancer as well. Gain life force when you enter Harbinger's Shroud. Excellent. Nearby foes are tormented and weakened. Like, there's so much torment here. Your condition damage is increased. While in Harbinger's Shroud, you gain an aura that pulses each interval to torment and weaken nearby enemies. Yeah, like, I honestly just envision condition damage with a bit of, like, hopefully a bit more health or toughness or whatever on there. And then just walking through, like, just walking in the middle of fights, like, slowly slowing people and dishing out torment. Like, I think that could be a lot of fun. You and your nearby allies gain quickness. While in Harbinger's Shroud, gain an aura that pulses each interval to grant quickness to yourself and your... So there's a lot of quickness you can give out here. This definitely has, like, I would say, some support ability. It'll be interesting to see how far it goes, though. Like I say, I'm not a theory crafter. I'm not able to look this over and be like, yup, they've got, this going for them. But I think there's something there. Damage and cripple nearby enemies. So your power is increased. While in Harbinger's Shroud, you gain an aura that pulses each interval to damage and cripple nearby. So that's kind of cool. So there's the condition side and then more of the power side as well. They've obviously presented this as a spec that you can choose to go either way, as a lot of the different skills kind of scale either direction, which I think they mentioned that in the live stream as well, which is really cool. I know I've mentioned this like a million times, but yeah, people should be aware I'm doing low level areas just so I'm not like dying all the time. But it does mean it looks like these are more powerful than they are, so keep that in that. Wow. I said so I'm not dying, but I'm getting attacked right away, aren't I? All right, and we've got the daggers. Oh, actually, they're attacking something. Yeah, we'll leave them to deal with that. Not my problem. So, we've got... What do we got on here? We've got power, precision, vitality, ferocity. So we're definitely going more of a power build. We've got our... what do we got here? We got a great sword. And then we've got a dagger and a pistol. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I think that looks good. We've got all of our different shatters up here, and we've got, I like these. Like, these are the legions, but they will be our daggers that we have. All right, I want to shoot something or get at it. So, what's the first one here? Why am I getting attacked instantly? Let's just go at it. All right. Oh man, look at the daggers. The daggers look so cool. This reminds me of an Esper from Wildstar, and it makes me cry inside. But Espers had these swords that went above them for one of their attacks, and they had like illusions. Oh, I feel like this is an Esper. This is Guild Wars 2's gift to Wildstar fans. Send a blade of energy at your target, hitting the same target multiple times invokes Fury. Fair enough. Or hitting the same target multiple times invokes a flurry. I was like, something's not right there. Of blades at your target. All right, let's. Oh, like they're like, look at that. Oh, and you can see the blades kind of come in. That looks so cool. Mesmers for me have always been the class or profession, if you will, that I've never wanted to play open world. I've only ever played a Mesmer as a Chronomancer because my progression guild that was trying to do raids back in the day needed one. It's never been something that I've been like, oh, I want to play open world Mesmer, but this looks a lot like a lot of fun. All right, so that's cool. Throw a fan. Oh, you're an enemy, are you? I'll tell you what we do to enemies. We throw blades at them. So we still have our 3 daggers, and I think they just kind of hang out here, which is really cool. Nice one. All right, so throw a fan of daggers that return to you, and then stock a blade if this attack hits at least one target. So this will give us a blade. All right, so let's go find someone. I guess we could attack a firefly. So it's kind of like a cone. Oh, I love the daggers just kind of on the side here. So if we get close, I assume this is better. And they come back. I love the comeback animation. So that's definitely going to be a fun thing to play with in terms of positioning. So this is us with all 5 of them. I think this looks so cool. I think this is like an incredibly cool spec. Like they look mesmery, but they're different. I love it. All right, launch a slow-moving telekinetic storm of daggers that damage foes. It passes through. With each interval, the blade storm will fire blades at nearby. So this sounds really fun for AoE, but let's see what it does. Let's see if we can get a few people on us, or at least 2, so we have a little bit of a look here. But blades, yeah. So it's like a blade storm that shoots daggers out like that. Oh, and it went down the hill. Look how far that went. All right, let's try another one. I did not realize it was gonna go so far. So if we went up here, it's just a slow moving, like if you had just a group of enemies positioned, you could have a lot of fun with that. All right, let's, so that's the top 3 skills there. Let's take a look at the spenders. I assume these kind of spend the daggers that we've been building, because that makes a lot of sense. Blade Song Harmony. Fire all stocked blades at your target. Oh, so fun. Oh my god. I love it. I absolutely adore it. That's so much fun. Fire a volley of blades, inflicting your target with conditions. So this gives conditions, which is interesting. Can we just try it with just the one? Like, what's it gonna look like then? All right, I feel like it was like lackluster because we only had the one. Like the first one felt so powerful with the 5, and I really hope that is the case, because the idea of the 5 daggers really like feeling impressive is kind of a fun thing. Let's see if we can get multiple daggers here. I think that number 2 is actually probably the best one for like building. Get them pretty quick. All right. Let's see if we can find, okay, I'm gonna like finally switch to like something a little bit faster. Here's a Moa. And let's see, F2. Yeah, so it does look much more impressive because you have it kind of go on all the sides there. I do think, I just love the number one. The number one's so much what I wanted to where it's just like a bunch coming at them. Let's grab some more daggers. Oh, I missed. I did not get a second round. All right, let's go and see if we can find somewhere with a bit more. Not as many monsters here as I had hoped. Are these? Yeah, these are bad people. Excellent. I don't know what kind of help you're going to see from me, but I will assist in dispatching you. It's going to probably hit that. Look at that. Like, it's so far away. All right. What else we got for Shatter's Blades? Combine all your blades into a large blade that dazes targets based on the number of blades consumed. So once again, more. So it's kind of got that combo point spender, which makes a lot of sense with everything here. We're not going to be able to daze that, but we can maybe, let's see what happens here. So we interrupted. Oh, I love it. Let's put this out here. We'll put this like through the middle of them. And then shoot some like, look at that. You can hit it with the other one like that. I love it. All right, what's the last? Blade Storm, block incoming, or Blade Song, block incoming attacks and send your blade spinning around you and hit nearby foes. Spinning blade duration scales with the number of blades. Oh, I love the sound of that. All right, let's get this guy out of our business and see if we can get a few. All right, so we got these guys on us. Ooh. I do like that. I mean, I did die because I wasn't really paying attention to my health, but I really enjoyed it. All right, let's see if we can like get out of here with our life still. All right. Oh man, we took a lot of people. Ooh. Oh man, the amount of like burst damage you could do with the pistol phantasm. No. Oh. I love it. I love the range damage here. Okay. We survived. I didn't want to use my heal. That was the issue. I wanted to save it to read about it. What's it? Twin Blade Restoration. Heal yourself and throw 2 blades at your target. If the first blade hits, you lose conditions. If the second blade hits, you gain Aegis and 1 additional random boon. So you kind of need to hit. So it's like very much a heal, but also a combat situation. So let's see if we can get some more damage on us. Of course, it's gonna take like forever to like get hurt. You can see our blades coming up. I love the animation of them coming up, actually. Okay, let's try to heal here. So yeah, we got an additional, like nothing incredible, but that was kind of cool. Drop a massive blade on the location, immobilizing all enemies. This attack deals increased damage against controlled or downed foes. I think that's really cool. So if we were to, let's say we were to daze, and then we were to drop them. I love that skill. That is the coolest. This is probably the coolest. I was not expecting this, but I think the Mesmer is walking away with my heart out of the first 3 of these, which I think is great because that's the whole point. They're trying to like make a spec for people who might not be interested in a certain, you know, spec. A spec for people who might not be interested in a profession yet, to kind of give those different playstyles room to breathe. Create a storm of blades that attacks a large area, damaging and applying vulnerability to targets. I also love the sound of this. Let's see. Oh my god, it's like an arrow rain. And it does a lot of damage too. Then we come here. This might be like, if there were no other specs coming out, this is probably what I'd choose to play for like the story and like the initial launch of the expansion. This is so much fun. A lot of these just feel so good. Knock back nearby foes with a second blade and gain boons. Okay, so we'll go here. Wow, that's pretty fun. All right, we're gonna bring them around the side here. Oh my gosh. I love every part of this. Just standing in my Blade Storm. This is so enjoyable. Open a portal that devastates a target in a line in front of you with Flurry and Blade. So this is such a good, like, if you're positioned well, things are going to be a lot of fun for you. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh. So you actually have to choose the position. Well, I kind of blew that one. It looks super cool, but we're going to have to wait for that. It's not going to be too long. We'll wait for that, wait for that one to come back. We do have one more of our utilities to check out, though, so we'll do that first. And what have we not checked out, I wonder? Create a storm of blades that attack a large area. We've already seen that. Channel to gain distortion and stock up the maximum number. Oh, so it gives us a lot of blades. Oh, what? Oh, this person might not realize that we're a new spec, and they're like, what is up with this? So let's use our blades here. And then we'll, we kind of want to attack someone, right? Because we want to distort. Yeah, so we become invulnerable. So that's pretty cool. You have like a power to like absorb damage for a while. I like that a lot, actually. Like, this is a really nice one for a lot of situations, honestly. For both PvE and PvP, there's going to be times where you just want to immune. And having that built into the kit, I think, like, honestly, this kit feels very glass cannon-y, which I think it should. So I feel like there's going to be times where you need to just get out of dodge, and that's definitely going to help a lot. All right, let's try our ultimate. Here, this poor Moa is going to get just blasted. So what I didn't realize is you actually have to target it, which is fair. And let's just blast. Oh my goodness, look at that. Like, once again, low level area. Don't read too much into it, just dying, but that's pretty fun. All right, last thing, as with the other ones, we're going to take a look at the Virtuoso. So it can wield dagger, obviously. Bloodsong, Fireall. Yeah, so we have this. And let's look at the lines here. So blade songs grant Aegis. Could be quite handy indeed. Strike damage is increased against foes with the range, within the range threshold. So you actually want people closer to you, which is interesting. Blade attacks have a chance to inflict bleed on critical hits. So you have, and I think there's a little bit, I'm not a Mesmer expert, but I think there's a lot of like ability to bleed on crits and other specs. I think Pistol has a bit of that going on. So I think there's some room for synergy there. Blade inflicts vulnerability on critical hits, so crits going to be very, very useful. Shoot a blade at the Phantasm's current target. Phantasms that successfully complete their attack launch a blade at their target and grant you Fury when they expire. So that's really nice for that crit chance that we were talking about. Gain Fury when you activate Bladestorm Song. Fury increases your expertise. That's actually really nice as well. And blocking or dodging an attack grants boons. So we get quickness and Fury. So all of this about getting Fury, like crit is going to be such a key part of this, I think. Fury gives an increased critical chance, gain ferocity based on your vitality. That's kind of nice. So crit chance increased by 10. So that's really, really interesting. Automatically stock blades while below the minimum blade count. So this is really nice. I think this is why we're getting blade. Like we're at 3, I think. Let me just see here. Yeah, we're at 5. Let me see if I just spend. We'll spend our 5 on this. I love that. But we should, I believe, just gain up to 3 blades. We might have to be in combat, so we'll have to see, but we should still... Hello, Moa. Yes, there's a blade. Just 3 blades. Yeah, so I think that's... and then if we go and attack this Moa... I don't think we'll get another blade, but maybe I'm reading into this wrong. Yeah, so we stay at 3. All right, so that's kind of what happens here. And that's really nice for having some of your other skills ready to go. Bleeding you apply deals increased damage. Stock a blade after applying enough stacks of bleeding to a foe. And how many stacks? After 5. So you could definitely go full tilt power or have a fair bit of condition here as well, I think. Damage increased by 25% of bleed, so there's some room there. Shoot a blade at your target. Blocking or dodging attack stocks a blade and shoots a blade at. So that's quite nice for PvP probably. But there's a few things you can work with as well. But yeah, that's the Virtuoso. So we'll do a conclusion. But I think that's all the gameplay we're gonna do here. And there we go. I just closed down my recording software and realized I've been recording for like 45 or 50 minutes for what in my mind was going to be a really quick first look. And I guess essentially it was a really quick first look. It just takes a bit of time to go through all of the new stuff for 3 elite specs and kind of read through the skills and actually play them and test them out. So I shouldn't be that surprised. I envision this to be quicker. The bigger surprise though might be that the Virtuoso kind of stole the show for me, which I'm not a Mesmer person. I'm really not, but this new Mesmer feel, like I really enjoy this. If I had to pick right now, like I said in the video, I would definitely be choosing the Virtuoso to kind of go through the initial campaign and explore the new expansion with. And maybe that'll be the case. Maybe one of I think there's still like 6 that have to be shown, 6 elite specs that need to be shown. So we have a lot more information to come. Plus, I already mentioned this, we're quite a ways away from launch. We're in beta. A lot can change. Who knows how I'm going to feel about the Virtuoso. But if it feels similar and it still gives me that Espery vibe, I don't know. I might have to do it because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And whenever you can have fun just killing monsters in the open world, you know you're working with something pretty magical. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the Virtuoso. I'm excited to learn more about it and try synergizing with some of the other aspects of Mesmer. That's definitely something I didn't do in this video. I didn't try and create builds based on the existing specs and really min-max. That's not my strong suit. Someone's going to do that way better than me. So I'm sure there'll be some content on that I'll watch as well. But I hope this gave a good sort of introduction to each of them, especially from someone who is very casual in terms of Guild Wars 2 and kind of drops in and drops out. This is kind of that point of view, which I hopefully has come across. But yeah, if you're interested in checking any of this out yourself, do check out the game. Like I say, free accounts can jump in, which is just excellent. And leave a comment below of your current favorite elite spec and your current least favorite, and we'll have a little discussion about the 3 of them and kind of the pros and cons. If I had to say my least favorite at the moment, it would probably be the Harbinger, just because I really enjoy the Scourge for the Necromancer. And I think that's kind of how it's going to work. If there's an existing game mode or playstyle that already exists on the spec, I'm probably going to have a lot more difficult of a time enjoying a new one. Whereas if I'm looking for a fun way to play that I haven't really been able to experience on a certain class, like the Virtuoso, I'm going to find it way more enjoyable. So that's kind of my logic behind it. I don't know. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.